Focusing on setting realistic goals is exactly what leaves you living a mediocre life. People are so scared to miss their targets that they would rather set these little tiny goals just so that they can actually achieve them. I used to do the same thing. I used to only set goals that I knew 10,000% I'm definitely going to be able to achieve this. It's very realistic. Even if I don't do that much, I'll be able to hit it. But there was a few problems with this. Number one, when I would hit these goals, it wouldn't be that much of a life-changing thing because it was realistic, right? It wasn't something that was that much crazy of a lifestyle shift. But on top of that, a lot of the times I wouldn't even be motivated enough by these goals to drive change because they were so smooth, because they were realistic, as we say. But then even when I was motivated, a lot of the times I would still miss that goal. In fact, most of the times I would still miss the goal. And as a result, I'd be pretty much in the same position because that goal wasn't that far from where I was already. Missing the goal doesn't really bring me anywhere too crazy. Now, we tend to set these realistic goals because we believe that goals are something that we need to hit. But a lot of the times, in order to really achieve more, we need to transform the way it is that we think. So here's the way I see goal setting now, and I'm confident that this is a perspective that will serve you for the better. I see goals now as a magnet. They're not necessarily something that I need to hit by this specific date, but they're a magnet to pull me to where I want to go and to help me become the person that I need to be. Because here's the thing about being realistic. What really is defined as realistic and why? Because when you think about it, everything that's realistic today one day was unrealistic. Do you think it was realistic 1,000 years ago to be able to speak to someone in a whole different country with the click of a button through our phone? No. And that's the problem. These beliefs on realism stem from what we believe to be realistic as a society, but that isn't necessarily the truth. You look at something like the 4-minute mile. For hundreds or thousands of years, no one thought it was possible to run this 4-minute mile, a mile in 4 minutes. In fact, even doctors said it was physically impossible for the body to do such a thing, until one day someone said, you know what, I'm not going to let these people tell me what I can and can't do. I'm going to create my own definition of realistic. He ran a mile in 4 minutes. After that, in the coming weeks and months, loads of people just started to run these 4-minute miles like it was nothing. Why? Because now their perception of what was realistic changed. So that's the important thing. Realize that realism and being realistic is just a construct of what we believe to be possible right now, but it is not a fact. Therefore, why not come up with our own beliefs on what's realistic and what's not? In fact, you can look at society today, and most of the times, things that you want to achieve, someone else has already done. We say to ourselves, oh, you know what? I've seen this person achieve XYZ amount of success. They're making XYZ amount of money. They're living a certain type of lifestyle. They've been able to build their business to this specific point in this period of time. But then we say to ourselves, you know what? That is just them. That's not something that I can do myself. That's not realistic for me. Why on earth is it not realistic to you? You need to stop disrespecting yourself and saying to yourself that you can't do something that someone else has clearly shown you is possible. You've seen it with your own eyes, that it's realistic for other people to achieve. So why on earth wouldn't you be able to do the same thing? Think about it this way. Let's say you do set an unrealistic goal and yeah, you miss it. Your unrealistic goal is here and you hit here. The problem, the greatest tragedy when it comes down to setting goals is not that people aim too high and they miss. It's that people aim too low. They aim down here. They aim for this realistic target and they hit it. But this realistic target is so much lower than you would be if you were to set this unrealistic target and miss and still get further. Now, of course, just setting unrealistic targets alone isn't just naturally just going to get you further. There's other things to it. In fact, I made a video specifically about how you can go ahead and achieve your goals this year. Go ahead and watch it here. But with that being said, I'll catch you on next week's video. Peace out, my people.